Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Come to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for December 3rd, 2022, with your host, Beastbaker248, and round steps along.
Hi.
We have an interesting set of news to talk about. And by news, I mean only some of it is really news, the other of it is just little things. Including an explanation for the title. Don't worry, we'll get to that at the top of news. But first, tell me, what have you been playing the last couple weeks?
I mean, not really much of anything.
Well, I've reinstalled Halo Infinite.
And
So, you know how they've got there's supposedly the new match XP stuff and all that?
I guess.
Oh, it's not much of anything. It's like, hey, you did a match, here's some experience, that's it. I don't think you really get experience for how well you performed in the match. It didn't feel like I was making a lot of progress in the few games I played, so I was like, I see, they have not solved any of the problems they had with Halo Infinite's multiplayer. Well, I guess I'm just not going to play this until we eventually do co-op on this, whenever that functions.
Yeah, I've about not even paid attention.
I think the co-op's in now, maybe?
But I also don't think I have Game Pass at the moment.
Fair.
And refuse to pay $60 for half a game.
Also fair. Maybe when it's on sale. Eventually.
I think I refuse to pay $40 for half a game, but
I mean, half price would be 30.
I almost felt like I'd still refuse.
It has to be like a deep discount to like, what, $10?
Probably, yeah. Because I've about gotten most of the mileage I'm going to get out of the game, so yeah.
Well, I've also played Marvel's Midnight Suns. I checked a couple of reviews and stuff, and no microtransaction fuckery, anything like that, so yay. Ooh, I was worried, but there's none.
And the next update, they're going to bring microtransactions.
Well, I hope not, because they're already bringing in the season pass with like 4 more characters and shit, so I'm like, alright. That's fine. I'll get that maybe eventually. But it's been good. It has a lot more in common with something like Slay the Spire, where you're building out a deck of cards, but it doesn't have that roguelike element. Instead, you're kind of upgrading your cards as is, and then when you're going into combat with your 3 heroes, each of those heroes has a deck of like, I think 12 cards? And they get shuffled together and dealt out to you, so you're kind of bouncing between different heroes with their abilities and stuff for combat. It works really well, especially because the main mechanic of the combat is, are you knocking back enemies into objects or into other enemies? No, do that, and do it a lot. If you are not pinballing enemies off of each other, you're not doing the combat right. Because the combat is all about knockbacks and just swinging people around left, right, and center, and it is very satisfying. Because a lot of your enemies are just, if you touch them and you're dead, but that's fine, because when you knock them back, they deal damage to other enemies when they get knocked into them. So the enemies that do have health bars, oh look, that's an extra projectile to knock their health down. Or, hey, I can knock a guy that has health into a guy that doesn't have health, and oh look, I got a kill. But it's working pretty well. My only problem is it has hitches. Maybe a little too often, but I know from a couple different reviews that those hitches were a problem. So it just seems like a general performance issue. Which seems to be the trend for games I play recently. since Scarlet and Violet have performance issues as well.
What? You gotta be kidding on that.
But thankfully, the update they pushed out yesterday did not remove BLJs.
Did it remove arm braking when using emotes? Because I saw the Tom Fox clip on YouTube.
That I don't. Here's the thing. I have not ran into anything like that at all.
I saw that and I'm like, yep, that sounds about right.
I really haven't. So I don't know where all these glitches and stuff are coming from because I haven't. Like, I've gotten the camera below the ground a little bit for some battles when they started out because the camera will just kind of get shoved down. But like, besides that, not really. I think some characters have disappeared on me because the camera got too close to them. So I don't have that glitch issue that everyone else has, and I don't know what I'm doing to not get those, since I am running a more or less first run Switch with this game. I'm wondering if it's like the later model Switches are the problems. I would assume not.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. Besides that, not much else. I am currently trying to find a way to get in contact with Soul Collector so I can figure out where the hell some Soto I bought from them is, because they still haven't shipped it out to me. Oh, I gotta know my Ultraman Blu-rays so I can marathon some Ultraman in the next, like, 2 weeks or so. If I get out my butt and finally do it.
So you can watch some Ultraman Blu-rays?
Yes. But that is pretty much it. Shall we get to the news then?
I guess so.
Alright then, we got a new Mario Brothers movie trailer. Did you get a chance to watch this at all?
Yes.
How do you feel about it?
Why have we nailed the voices for literally every other character except for Mario?
That's my thought exactly too. Damn, I don't know what it is. Chris Pratt just is not clicking on this in this role, and I don't know why. Maybe he's just the wrong person, because everyone else is working.
I think I see what it is. He can't be anything but himself, which is fine. But you can hear the other people are kind of really throwing their voice to make it sound like it's the actual character they're playing.
Yeah, I feel like he's lacking energy.
It's not so much that, it's just that he's lacking... He's lacking the spin that Mario has always had with vocals. And the problem is the fact that we have actually heard... Can't really say dialogue, but we've kind of have from Mario. Yeah. So it's enough to where it's like, that just don't sound right.
Mm-hmm. Also, I don't know if it's because of how the trailer portrays it or not. Why is this not the Peach movie? Just top of this article, the screenshot for the trailer that I feel like everyone has went, yes, it's fucking Peach walking out of the castle with a fucking halberd in hand, directly going to Bowser's fucking floating island like she's about to go fucking beat the shit out of herself.
Do we not realize what they're doing?
I know.
We got the Bowser trailer. Now we've got the Peach trailer. There's gonna be another trailer.
Yeah.
We're not done here.
Yeah, Peach really took the stand in this trailer. Because, like between that scene and her scene in, like, the Fireflower field and stuff, I'm like, this is a Peach that knows what the fuck she's doing, and she is ready to kick some ass. And I'm like, yes. Like, obviously what's going to happen is she's going to try to do something. It's not enough. Mario's got to come in and make the save because he realizes he has to be the hero. He's going to finally do it.
All the trailers so far have been the first third of the movie.
Pretty much.
And I can almost guarantee that. Because one of the breakdowns of this trailer that I'd watched said something about the map didn't show the Penguin Land. But it showed like post Bowser's takeover of that area.
Yeah, I was about to say.
From what everyone could figure.
Yeah, we see it taken over, but we don't see it like before that.
Meaning that's literally within the first few minutes of the movie. This, because of Peach having her confidence, I feel like is first third of the movie. Her overconfidence is going to get her captured, which is going to set us up.
Yeah.
That's why I think we're going to get one more, and it's probably going to be more Mario focused. And it's probably going to be that middle half of the movie where everything's in shambles kind of deal. Which may or may not also mean that they might introduce another character then.
Yeah.
Because that would be a point where I could see them being able to pull in, like, if they really wanted to go wild here, they could pull in like Daisy, but it'd probably more be Rosalina, because there's been pokes at the Galaxy stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of those, I could see it going that direction where that becomes the catalyst for Mario to go into the final battle kind of deal.
We do see a desert land on the map, which would presumably be Sarasa Land. And we've got a Yoshi Island, because there's Yoshis. But interesting enough, and I saw this pointed out in another breakdown, I don't know whose breakdown you watched. No regular, like, who we know as Yoshi. All sorts of other colored Yoshis, but not the one we know.
Well, I mean, that's because he's chilling out on top of Peach's castle.
Probably. Also, Donkey Kong cranky as king. I believe Funky's been spotted in the Mario Kart segment. And Kitty, maybe, in the Mario Kart segment?
Kitty, Diddy, or Tiny?
It looked like Kitty because it had no hat.
They might have had to remove the hat, remember? Rare is not under Nintendo. They might can use Diddy's likeness, but they might not be able to full-on call him Diddy either.
Doesn't Diddy have his hat in Donkey Kong Country Returns? That is not developed by Rare?
They still have to get the okay.
Oh, yeah, true.
Diddy Kong is a Rare character.
Yeah.
Nintendo still has to get the okay before they use him. That's the whole reason why Diddy Kong Racing actually was Diddy Kong Racing and not a Donkey Kong spinoff. And also the reason why it's been like pulling teeth to get any kind of proper sequels to anything with Diddy Kong in it.
Yeah. But the Peach stuff has made me go, can we get a Peach spin-off movie that is just, what is it, the Super Mario Land games, but instead of Mario being the lead, it's Peach?
I don't know if that will happen.
Yeah.
so much as I could probably see something more akin to like how they did with 3D World, where she's part of the hero group kind of deal.
Yeah.
Because I get the feeling if this does good, which it feels like for the most part it probably will, there's probably going to be a sequel.
Yeah, still good trailer. I am hopeful for this movie. Thank God. This movie does not look like it's going to be a disaster. But the reason for the title, folks, to explain, is because the Japanese voice cast for the movie has been announced. And out of coincidence, Ultraman Zero and Ultraman Z's voice actors are playing Mario and Luigi respectively. And also, Domon Kashu's voice actor from G Gundam is playing Toad. You have no idea how many memes I have seen intersecting all of those characters involved, because damn. People have went to town, and I am all here for it. Because it is hilarious. But anything else before we hit our next article?
No.
Alright then, so James Gunn, who's the man in charge of the DC Cinematic Extended, whatever the fuck they're calling it, universe, has said he wants content to be connected not just across the movies, but TV shows and games as well.
Oh, so WB's on board.
I guess.
Because that's kind of been what they wanted to do this entire time, which has made it suffer. Oddly enough, I feel like he could make it happen.
Yeah, but I'm also like, I don't need everything connected across, at least in video games. Like, video games can be their own thing, please.
Yes and no. Because even you've got to admit the DC games usually wind up doing pretty decent.
Right.
So I could see if, say, you rearrange those three, put games as primary, with film and TV being the backup concepts.
Yeah.
I could see that working. Take what's already there and build off of it.
Right. I'm just thinking with games, I'm just like, if they're going to try to do tie-in games, they're going to be like given to a studio with like a year of development time, and it's going to be developed coinciding with the movie, and those never end well. Like, at all.
I mean, it wouldn't have to be.
Right. I'm just worried that's going to...
Really, Marvel's a prime example of this. Most of the heroes, you can't tell me, are sitting at home twiddling their thumbs in between.
Right.
If you let the TV and game side of things fill in that in between times, that would work.
Right.
You could do smaller stories between them that might work better for those. Not to mention the process of making a video game, and a lot of your CGI stuff in movies pretty much is using the same software. So you're already doing half the work.
I guess it's just part of me's worried that like, we're running into some development nightmares and like, if the game's not connected to the movies and stuff, it can't happen.
I mean, you do realize what he's wanting is what Star Wars has right now, right?
Right. And I would like to also point out that look at how many Star Wars games we've gotten since they started trying to do that.
But I'd also like to point out, look at the weakest part of the Star Wars franchise at the moment, and that's the films.
Yeah.
That's not the TV and games. I don't think that's the problem we've got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's more of a case of, oh yeah, we keep giving these to developers that just aren't making the video game at all. Quantic Dream, looking at you.
I would rather, though, while it sucks either way, I would rather see the game be canceled for fear of failing rather than something half done pushed out the door.
Yeah.
I mean, while it still kind of sucks that, you know, stuff goes off to die, it's probably for the best. Because something go out to die, or something that's literally 25% done but pushed out as a 100% complete game.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see how this goes.
I feel like there's potential there. It just depends on what his thought process behind that is.
Yeah.
If his thought process is take what's pre-existing in certain medias and see what works and build from there, then fine. If it's we're starting from the ground up, that might be a problem.
Yeah. I also forgot to mention I did the Fortnite Chapter 3 ending. That was today. How do you feel about a scavenger hunt? Because that's essentially what the ending was island went kaboom, then the 0 point started to pull the island back together, and you had to go around doing a scavenger hunt for pieces of the 0 point, doing various things and stuff, and the pieces of the island that were getting pulled together to make the island come back together. And then Paradigm, I guess, sacrificed herself to make the island whole again. Except it's not the old island, it's like a new island. Well, I think it's like it might be a combination of the two islands. And we got to look at some of the skins, I guess, in the Battle Pass for next season. How do you feel about playing as the Doomslayer? That, Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher and the Hulk were spotted in the trailer, and then some YouTube person that I don't know who the fuck is. So I assume those are all of our Battle Pass skins for the season. Also, motorbikes. Anyway, shall we hit our next article then?
I guess so.
So, fairly quick one, because Sakurai in one of his videos was like, hey, y'all remember Kid Icarus Uprising? It was a pretty good game, wasn't it? It should be brought to home consoles. Boss? Well, was the unsaid part there. So Sakurai might be trying to push for Kid Icarus Uprising to come to the Switch and stuff, because that's a game that honestly should probably have been on a home console instead of the 3DS, but it wasn't. A lot of people like Kid Icarus Uprising. Any feelings on that one?
No.
All right then. Another, I guess, quick one because it's just me being wanting to say, hey, a game I like, it did a trailer. The new Fire Emblem Engage got a new trailer documenting its Engage mechanic, which is essentially you've got rings representing the main heroes from all the different past Fire Emblem games. You can wear them to get like bonuses and stuff, but also you can do the fusion dance with them to get a super mode, and then you get special attacks and stuff that are kind of busted. Would you like to just drop an AoE heal? Or, you know, hit multiple enemies at the same time? Or you know, other things like that. It's nuts. And what's even crazier, the Engage rings are not locked to a specific character. You can pass them around to whoever you want on your team, and they can still do the fusion dance and stuff. And it seems like maybe the abilities are different depending on who has the ring. So there's a lot of customization in this, which I really dig. Also, to no one's surprise, if you've paid attention to how this works, Byleth is canonically male. Because, or not, yeah, Byleth is canonically male. Because they have female Corrin in here, but no sign of Robin, but I believe a mural showed Robin as male. Because they're doing the swapping between genders with the avatars and stuff from the last 3 Fire Emblem games. I am curious if the DLC thing will give you the opposite gender of the 3 avatars, since that's a thing they do often. Because even I believe the original Fire Emblem Heroes game gave you an unlock to get the opposite gender of both Robin and Corrin. But yeah, anything to say about this?
No.
Alright then, I think. Next up, a little bit more serious news. Microsoft is apparently ready to throw down in court if the FTC attempts to block their deal to acquire Activision. So, since the FTC are likely to interfere or to step in and prevent this merger from happening, Microsoft is willing to take it to the courts. So, I guess this isn't going to happen for quite a while. We're going to be sitting here with this deal on the table for like 3 years, aren't we?
Probably.
Any other thoughts?
No.
All right then. Last up, Nintendo did a bad, I guess. So
no, I've done some digging on this. I don't feel like Nintendo's fully at fault.
I'm sure.
And the reason I say that is because the organizers behind this event, one of the articles I read, set the event up with the assumption that Nintendo was still gonna go through with it. Meaning they decided to do all this work without having concrete information that Nintendo was fine with it.
Right.
Am I giving Nintendo a pass on this? No, they probably should have stepped in and said, look, we'll do this time. But no.
But yeah, the short and long of it is Smash World Tour, which was going to have its championships from December 9th to 11th, 250,000 prize pool, was canceled along with their 2023 season. Canceled, apparently by Nintendo. There's been no concrete saying on who actually canceled it, but apparently also another tournament has also been a part of this cancellation through some meddling, so fucking I don't know at this point. All I know is it's just a case of, well, this doesn't look good. But yeah, anything else on this?
No, besides it's a whole big can of worms.
Yep. And that's the news, folks. It's a light week this week because it's the end of the year. Tune in and, like, I forget when the Game Awards are and whenever the fuck those will be, because that's probably the last big thing we get to talk about this year. Is whatever nonsense is going to come out of the Game Awards. I can say NetherRealm Studios won't be there because they've already said we're not showing up. We have nothing to show. Goodbye. So, well, everyone was excited for that, so that's just not happening. But shall we talk releases then?
I guess so.
Alright, we're gonna go down to the... Why is the 6? Formatted right.
I don't know, why didn't you format the 6th track?
I don't know. So we've got Far Cry 6 Lost Between Worlds DLC for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4 and 5. Hello Neighbor 2 for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4 and 5. Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr Ultimate Edition for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5.
Oh, you didn't want to talk about the FNAF Collector's Edition?
FNAF Security Breach Collector's Edition for PlayStation 4 and 5. That is a glitched mess last time I looked. It is such a mess of a game.
That is what you call blew up way too quickly?
Sounds about right. Let's see. On the 8th, we've got Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Malta expansion for PlayStation 4 and 5. The Rumblefish 2 for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Switch. On the 9th, Hello Neighbor 2 for PlayStation 4 and 5. Dragon Quest Treasures for the Switch. On the 13th, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Switch. House of the Dead Remake Limited Edition for Xbox One. On the 14th, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition for Series X and PlayStation 5. On the 15th, Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 for PlayStation 4 and 5. River City Girls 2 for the Switch. I still need to play the first one. On the 16th, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Cloud for the Switch. And on the 17th, Chubby Cat 2 for Switch. And that's it, folks. There's more. You can find it in our notes, but that's all that's kind of standing out. So yeah, anything else?
No.
Because it's a quick week this week, folks. So tomorrow we're gonna talk more Hibiki. It was certainly 4 episodes.
All of about 20 minutes.
Yeah, but it was certainly 4 episodes I watched this week. Are you picking up the Dread Rando this week?
Presumably.
But Thursday will be more violent. Friday, hopefully, will be Majora's Mask co-op.
Hopefully.
The moon is staring at us, judging us for not attempting to stop him. He's very cross with us.
Well, I'm very cross with this past couple of weeks, so...
Fair.
He can get in line.
And then next Saturday will be...
A thing?
Okay, I was like, I know I looked at the schedule, but I didn't think I saw Ramp King schedule at the moment. Yeah, there's what else. I thought so.
It's possible that I might pull the trigger on the dumb thing that I was suggesting on us just trying to go to darker side.
Mm-hmm.
Problem with that is we'd have to get all the moons, so that might be an interesting.
Yeah.
Good news is though we've got a world peace file to go off of.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the week ahead, folks. So if you like what you're seeing, drop a follow. Really appreciate chipping away. That'd be really cool. At Teases and Twitter gets you updates on live. Exclamation point Discord Jack is those sort of things. Drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.